So here's the thing. Many people who are in the process of dying and reproducing are going to be stuck in their paradigms, stuck in their social constructs, in their scripts, stuck within a limiting belief system. And so when we have so many different conflicting modalities on how we should explain education, existentialism, like existence, where did humans come from? Who is their maker? Where did life begin? Yeah. Everything is theoretical, which means nothing is concrete, like I said. Everything is fluid. You could have the same thing with 3 different words, 3 different contexts. Creationism, evolution, revolution. It's all the same stuff. And so when you're arguing the fact, when you're arguing for your position on creationism, evolution, by saying it's all just a theory, theory is just something that is temporary, that is fluid. But you're arguing for it as if evolution isn't real, but your belief system is more real. You see how the constructs of our society have been created, the scripts have been created, because it gets you into a specific corner, into a limiting paradigm. And so then you try to prove everything else wrong, but you're the most correct. And so that's why I don't do private messages, because a lot of people send through private messages what they think is sharing information, collaboration. And I've said before, which people don't really get, so it's very abstract, is I don't collaborate with anybody. Not only do I do my own research, but I substantiate my conclusion that even is still fluid. Because I can yet create another word using the laws of the English language and merge things together. I don't compartmentalize anything. That's the holistic allopathic politics, religion, and science world, is they compartmentalize things. It's either revolution, evolution, mutation, adaptation, Democrat, Republican, anti-vax, pro-vax, death and life. And so you can't just cherry pick my information. You can't just look at one thing and then be so obsessed with this one idea that I have and then try to prove me wrong, even though that's not your intention. But when someone sends me a private message about that evolution is just a theory, your intent is to argue the point that evolution isn't real, but offering nothing as far as an alternative. Science is never settled. You know why? Because it's always fluid. You know why it's fluid? Because we live in a simulation. Shit changes all the time. Words change. Molecules change. A person who is on the death trajectory, who has cancer, disease, and chronic illness, can actually reverse that stuff and get on a life trajectory if they're willing to deal with the pain and get out of their own fucking way. But no, when you are in a very limiting scope of a beginning, a middle, and an end, then you will argue for your very linear way of looking at things. Evolution is linear from the pure standpoint. But also creationism is linear too, because then you have the Bible. And so that's what I'm saying about humanity. Humanity has been stuck in a construct, stuck in a revolution, of their own making. And they get stuck in whatever phase of life they're in, and they think that's where it ends for them. And so there are many people who are steadily falling apart, who are looping within their own B cells and T cells that they can't seem to get rid of. And so then everything becomes a war. Even though they say it politely, and I've said to people, stop private messaging me. And they apologize, like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just bored right now. I have issues. I have things going on. And so they justify it, try to be all polite about it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I get it. I understand. Hey, here's the direct request. Don't private message me about chemtrails. Don't private message me about evolution. Don't private message me about the New World Order. Don't PM me about star seeds. Don't PM me about MK Ultra. Don't PM me about everything you read on the fucking internet, because I've been there, done that, and I have the fucking postcard for it. Okay, so there's nothing new under the sun that you're going to introduce to me and think that you're contributing something in my life. What you contribute to my life is to stay alive and to face your own weaknesses, to face what it is that you're holding so fast to, face your stubbornness, that you think this is all there is. And so, yeah, there's a lot of mothers out there that think their only reason to live is to raise a child, get them off to college, get them off into the military, get them off to their life, and then they have nothing else to offer, and they are falling apart. But that's the construct of whatever politics, religion, or scientific dogmas you live within. Doesn't mean I agree with it, doesn't even mean I buy into it, but that is your world. So stay in your world. If my world is something that you feel you have to go and send me information about, then that's when you need to scroll and ignore my shit. But I do not collaborate with people who are falling apart, who have not really understood where I'm coming from because they never took the time to. They were too busy being distracted with everything else, which I understand. But as your kids are leaving the household and you have time to sit and you have time to go on the internet and research the rabbit holes, maybe take a look at my information. It's also relevant too. Oh, but no, it's more that you want to argue with my information. Politely send me memes and information, of which I'm going to be offended by, especially when I've said directly outright, please, no private messages, because I know what they entail. They either need some help and they want me to guide them in something, or they want to go and debate with me, or they think they're collaborating with me and sending me information to enlighten me. Sorry, honey, I could be probably enlightening you, but you refuse to even look at my Facebook page. So you don't want enlightenment, you want to enlighten me. Nope. I know how that game is played. I've been there, done that. Again, I have a postcard. So, yeah. And so not many people out there, won't get this, won't understand this, do not have boundaries themselves. And no matter how much I say, okay, stop doing this, then I have to physically put in block on Messenger. And then I will show you everything that I've covered that you're trying to enlighten me about. That was either a couple days ago. I can't keep track of all my videos of what I say about evolution, or about creation, or about the merging and the constructs of them being compartmentalized when they all should be merged together. It's like, you gotta actually pay fucking attention. It's not just fucking rainbows and butterflies out there, people. There's a lot of information that you haven't even considered. But again, people only cherry pick what they are most familiar with, but I've already covered it. And so if you really want to feel like you are taking an interest in my world, watch a few of my videos. Give a supporting comment like, wow, that's pretty awesome. Or, wow, I didn't know this, Jillian. Thanks for the information. Or, you know what? I see where you have some credibility in this. If you happen to disagree, who cares? Everybody has a fucking opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them. Everybody has to disagree about something. Now, this is the thing. When I need to exercise my intellectual thought process or understand myself, I'll go on someone else's page who I don't really know well at all, who I have not seen anything come through in my world, Like, I don't even know they even know I'm on their Facebook. And I'll go and challenge them, and I'll be polite about it. And I will see, will I get annoyed? Will I get all yucky? Will I be diplomatic? Can I be unemotional when I'm trying to give another thought process to somebody who is like, doesn't realize that history and the present and the past are all together? They're all the present. History is the present. You are experiencing history of 10,000 years ago right now. You are experiencing 1942, 43 right now with Ukraine and Russia. We have a new demon called Putin playing his part. And they have conscripted the Ukrainian men between 18 and 60 to go and defend their homeland that they have really to go die for a homeland that's going to be invaded anyways and be annexed to Russia at some point. And even if they're not, people are dying for something that wasn't even their doing. They're just trying to live their life. But we're in this decline. We're in this great reset. So, we are repeating history. And if you're dying and reproducing children with a short memory and you're dealing with cancer, disease, and chronic illness and your body's falling apart, you're not going to fucking know this. Nor will you even consider the information. Because it's too way out of the realm of your own possibility of anything. Some people are heavily drugged. Some people are on so many painkillers and cannabis. This won't even resonate. That's why I don't deal with too many people who are falling apart out there in the world. Luckily, my husband, he's sick right now. He finally got the breakthrough infection. So he's coughing. He feels miserable. Thank God. But to get him to blow his nose, he's doing it. Trying to get him to do some salt water. Not so much, but, he'll deal with it however he does. I can't force him. So, you have to be very strong to understand. You have to be relatively, have all your faculties to understand my information, to even want to consider it. And so, yeah, there is a disparity, a huge disparity with those who are very physically incapable and those who are very physically capable. And it will be difficult to deal with someone who is very physically capable if you're not, and vice versa. And so you have to understand who you're dealing with and set the boundaries very quick, very fast. Because I'm telling you, it can be very overwhelming when you have so many people who are sick in your world that need your attention. And so you pick and choose who you give attention to those who have some ounce of wherewithal to help themselves. If they don't help themselves, there's nothing you can give them, say to them, do anything for them, because they're not even in that world. They're on a rapid decline. And it's sad to watch. But you also see the mentality of those that are in rapid decline. My information will not reach them. Believe me, I've tried. I've tried to save the world. It doesn't work. Like I told you yesterday. Trying to save someone who has no interest in saving themselves, then you don't even waste your time. You give them the information. If they can comprehend it, if they can get out of phase of drugs, alcohol, and other stuff, then maybe they might have a chance. But if someone's heavily drugged and someone's heavily inebriated or under the influence or is really rapidly falling apart, it's not going to land in their world. And so you don't even waste your time. But you set boundaries. That's how you save yourself. Is you have discernment on who it is you give your attention to. And who it is you're like, okay, here's the boundaries. All right, take care, bye.